guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Karina Joelle. If you're new here, I'm still Karina Joelle. And today I thought we would begin a series where we're kind of breaking down what happens here from base to even beginning at moisturizer to the very last step, and kind of breaking it down in maybe three to four videos of like how each step happens, and like taking it slow and explaining it and just kind of doing the steps, because I just kind of jump right in. Maybe not a lot of people know how I get from A to B or A to Z, so I thought we'd start that today. So today we'll be focusing on, pretty much we'll get to the point where I have like concealer on. That's as crazy as we're going to go in this video, and then the next one we will do contour, highlight, blush, all that crazy stuff. But for today we're just going to start from this dry, cleanly washed face and caterpillar separated. So that's where we're going to start. If you want to watch how we get to the end result, then continue watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Maybe subscribe if you want to continue to watch my face do makeup things. If not, then that's cool, but I hope you guys enjoy this series and I hope it helps a lot of people out. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Alright, so my face is cleanly washed. The only thing I have done to my face thus far is separate the caterpillars that live on my face. So I always find it's really important when you are doing a look that you're going to wear maybe just for a few hours or all day, that you start with a nice clean base. Like, treat this baby nice. It's the only one you got. So it's really important when you're doing your face is understanding what type of skin type you have. I'm very lucky where I just get like a few blemishes every here and there. I don't really get acne, and I'm very lucky and I know that. But a lot of people aren't. So it's really important to understand if you have acne prone skin, do you have acne scar skin, do you have large pore areas, do you have oily skin, do you have dry skin, do you have combination, which I believe I have. I think I have dry to combination skin. I have a few patches that tend to end up a bit more dry looking when I apply a full face. So take a second, maybe look at your skin, figure out what you have. I know there's like some like paper towel test where you just put it on your face. I don't know, look it up. And it kind of helps you figure out what type of skin you have. So what I do before I even begin anything is I have it in a travel size bottle because we were house sitting, but this is a Mario Badescu spray. It's the green tea one, and I feel that starting my makeup, not even necessarily for my makeup, but for my skin, just applying this just brings a little bit of nutrients back into my skin and just protects it from all the products we are going to put on, and it feels so good for your skin. And I also feel like this helped a few of my breakouts that I was having, like kind of hives up in this area because I have very, very sensitive skin, and I feel like this spray helped a lot. It is hypoallergenic. So we apply that down, let my skin absorb it. Take the time, don't rush the process. You know, the base is incredibly important because that's where everything's going to go on. So take your time with it. Okay, so the next step is probably what I think, and I feel like I'm really annoying when I tell people about moisturizer, but I'm like, everybody should moisturize. Keep your skin happy and bring some moisture back into it. So today what I'm using is going to be this Olay Complete Normal Skin, and it has SPF 15. It's just like a daily moisturizer. This really isn't my favorite type of moisturizer, but I just thought I would try it out again to see if I do, because I've always used Olay as like my basics, but I'll probably go back to my water gel moisturizer as soon as this runs out. I don't want to be wasteful with the product. So take it on your hands, put it in your skin. It's also really nice, this product, because it has SPF in it, which, you know, it's like just putting a lipstick gets stuck under my nails. It's so important to have SPF in at least a few of your products, because more than likely you're going to be in the sun and you want to protect your skin from the sun, because as beautiful and great as it is, it's very damaging to your skin, and you want to protect your skin because it's the only skin you get. So there are certain like moisturizers that I feel are better for different types of skin types. So once you figure out your skin type, maybe look into that. Maybe you need if you have oily skin, maybe a moisturizer like this, which is a bit thicker and you can tell kind of makes me a bit more shiny, would it be best for your skin type? So I would look into what's best for you. So let that soak up into your skin for a minute. Alright, so the next step is a very important step, and it is your primer. And I mean, maybe you don't need primer. Well, I know a lot of people don't use primer, but I do, just as I feel like you want to prime your skin, like you're going to be wearing makeup for such a long time, that primers have to work, right? So, primer. The type of primer I'm using now, because I feel like I get a lot of dry patches, like I get them really bad, like, sorry, my cat's scratching himself. I get really dry here, and I was here, and like here. I feel like I was getting really dry, but the rest of my face was fine. So I switched to a hydrating primer. But there are other types out there. There is like the Smashbox Photo Finish, which is like a silicone primer, and if you have a lot of pores, maybe you want to smooth that out. This primer is also good if you have a lot of fine lines. It kind of like smooths over it, and it gives you almost a perfect, flawless finish. But if you are very oily, then I would suggest something like the Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector by Becca. This is the most matte primer I've ever used in my life. If you have incredibly dry skin, then I would probably avoid this. It really just like takes the shine away instantly. You can very, very much see it. So you should know your skin type and what your skin needs, so you can balance it out with your primer and also your foundation, but we'll get there. So I'm going to go in with the Hydrating Face Primer from e.l.f. and just not go too crazy, but and then while we wait for that to settle down, I'm just going to go in with some of this. Oh, my hands are so sticky, I can't even. Just going to apply some chapstick, because at some point today we'll be putting lipstick on, so you want to hydrate your lips a little bit. And this is Soft Lips Watermelon flavored lip protectant, and it has SPF 20 on it, so that's also really good. Okay, our base is ready for some foundation. So with foundation, as I said before, it's incredibly important to know your skin type. So there's so many different types of foundations out there. There's matte, there's dewy, there's satin finish, there's blah 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 blah. You know, sheer coverage, medium to light coverage, extremely high coverage. So it's really important to know what you want in a foundation. Like, do you want to cover your discoloration? Do you want to cover your redness? Like you can't really tell because I look like a little pasty little olive ghost, but I have a little bit of redness, and that's fine, and I like to cover that. Do you have like acne that you want to cover, or acne scars? Then probably a medium to high coverage foundation is what you'd be looking for. So it's really important to look at your skin and see what you want to cover. Or do you have lovely freckles that you do want to shine through? Or do you want to cover them? So there's so many different types of foundations out there for each and everybody's needs, and you just, one that works for me might not work for you. So it's really important to see what your skin needs, see what type of skin type you have for finish wise, so that you can find the perfect base foundation. So today I'm going to go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay. It's a full coverage foundation with SPF 15 in it, which is awesome. It's oil free, so it won't make me oily, and it says 12-hour wear. So I'm going to apply this foundation with two different ways, because the way you apply foundation is kind of like a personal preference. So I'm going to use this Luxie Precise Foundation brush, and I'm going to apply it onto the skin using this, just kind of like, and just applying it so I need to pull mine closer to me. Doing with my fingers is I put one layer down, and it's like a pretty light layer. So I'm just going in and kind of setting it, pressing it into my skin, making sure it's, filling up the lines, like my fine lines, instead of settling into them. So just kind of going on over that, we just did a sheer layer of that. And then what I'm going to do next is do the other side of my face. But I'm going to take the same brush, I'm just going to take a loop of it and just apply it a few places, such as so. And then take my wet beauty blender and just bounce it in my skin. It's very important to not wipe and drag and spread, because that leads to wrinkles and nobody wants those. So just kind of getting in there. These are the two ways that you can apply foundation. I prefer going in with the beauty blender. I just find it to be my favorite way, but I thought for the sake of this video and showing you guys what's out there that I would do both ways. But I do like a higher coverage, so I'm just going to apply a little bit more. And it's nice to do it in layers instead of just going in real thick at first, if you can. A lot of foundations are just crazy off the bat, so that's okay too. So I'm just going to go in and throw another layer of this on and blend it out with my beauty blender. And then like I did on the other side, I'm just going to go around my problem areas, around your eye, okay, and that's it and that's all for foundation today. So what we're going to go in with next is some concealer. And what we're using concealer for, and I'm sure you've seen this all over before, people have like crazy like Coachella stripes all over their face. So I'm going to explain what we're doing with this, and then kind of the different needs for concealer. So if you have deep bags or discoloration under your eyes, you'd probably want to use a color correcting shade of concealer to kind of counteract that so that you can get an even base. So depending on what color your under eye bags or the discoloration is, there's a kind of opposite color correcting stick that you could use. What I use concealer for is to kind of lighten those points of my face to bring like a central point of like where you will look for my face. So kind of bring like highlighting those desired places on my face. So what I do, and I'm just using this NYX Studio HD Studio concealer, and now I'm just gonna do this. And the reason I'm like dotting instead of like dragging is because I don't want to drag under my eye. Just personal preference. And since I'm going to highlight my nose and make it kind of appear potentially smaller, I'm just going to put a dot here, and a tippy, and a few that follow. So we're just going to go whoop with that. And the same I'm going to do on my forehead, and then on top of my lip area, since we're highlighting that. And now that we look crazy, you're going to take your blender of choice. It might not be a beauty blender, but mine is. If you prefer to use like a brush, I just find that I can't get, or I haven't found the perfect brush yet to get the same desired result as I do with the beauty blender. So just kind of blend that in. I used to put concealer here as well to lighten that area, but since I was finding that I was getting extremely dry right there, I've stopped. Just kind of like, I just did an outro and I'm not too sure how much was actually caught filming, so okay. So we are done as far as highlighting using our concealer. I'm not too sure at what point my camera stops filming, so I'm hoping you got to see me blend everything out. So yeah, so as far as this video goes, video number 1 for the basics, we are done as of right now, so I'm going to go do my eyebrows off screen and then begin onto the powder part of the next video. So I will see you guys in a few seconds, and you will see me in probably a couple days. I'm going to separate these videos by a few days or maybe a week or so. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope it helps. And if you have any questions or you want me to clarify on something, or about any of these products that I use, just let me know down in the comments, or you can also hit me up on my Instagram or my Twitter. Alright, thanks guys. Hope you enjoyed this video.